Hey, what is up everybody, welcome to the channel. So a lot of you guys have been asking me to make a video on a low level insanity build for Mass Effect Andromeda, and I'm going to guide you through the entire process of recreating it. I'm going to show you exactly what you will need to put emphasis on, especially early on, in order to make it as powerful as possible, as fast as possible. Just keep in mind that this isn't a one size fits all type of build. It's the one that I've been using and has been working wonders for me, but there are definitely others which you can use. So let's go ahead and see what we need. I am currently level 18 on Insanity, and I'm going to go ahead and start off in the usual manner and going over the skills. So the primary abilities that we will use with this build is going to be Tactical Cloak, Turbocharge, and Energy Drain. The reason I'm going with Energy Drain with this build is because we will need as much survivability early on, and Energy Drain is a good ability for that. You can technically use Charge like I normally do, but I don't really recommend this ability early on because it just puts you in a very bad position. Early on, you will want to stay behind cover as much as possible. Let's go ahead and start with the tech tree. So as I've said, we're going to use Energy Drain and Tactical Cloak from this tier. Unfortunately, Tactical Cloak needs some points invested in tech in order to be unlocked. Luckily, Energy Drain is something that we already need and is unlockable early on, so we're going to only invest 10 points into that. Moving on to Tactical Cloak, we're going to invest as much as possible here. We're going to go over the full build as fast as possible because we need all of those bonuses that it provides us. One thing that I would suggest you here is to go with Energy Drain early on, especially in the starting area. You're going to definitely need the shields, and Energy Drain gives you just that. You can also detonate targets with it, so definitely a good ability early on, but as soon as you get out of that, go with Tactical Cloak and invest as many points into it as possible, and we're going to be done with that in the tech tree for now. Moving on to the combat, as you might have noticed, this build is going to heavily be based on weapon damage, so the weapon that I'm going to choose here is going to be one of the best in the games, specifically the Piranha Shotgun, so I'm going to invest 10 points for now into the shotgun passive. Now that Turbocharge is unlocked, I'm going to fully invest into it. I definitely need the rate of fire, the bonus damage, and everything that it provides me, and I am currently left with 13 points. So you can achieve the build that I'm currently showing you at around level 15. At around level 15, you're going to have Turbocharge and Tactical Cloak fully upgraded. The rest of the points I'm going to invest in shotgun. It's just that I like doing that. The raw damage that it gives me is just too good to pass, and the rest of the points I'm going to put them as soon as I level up. Now that the build is done and now that the main abilities are here, we're going to go over the loadout, and I'm going to go ahead and start off with the weapon. As I've said, the weapon that we're going to use is a shotgun, and you will need the research data from the Milky Way tree in order to unlock it. So I'm talking about the Piranha Shotgun. At this level, I will only be able to unlock 3 ranks of it. So fortunately I have enough Milky Way research data. I would definitely invest in cryopods in order to get more Milky Way research data because these ones are the hardest to get. The Helios ones are rather easy to get. I would recommend you to scan everything that you see. Even the starting area gives you plenty of places to scan and give you good rewards and good research data, so definitely go with that. Moving on to the armor, we're going to use the Defender helmet for the bonus that it gives us to damage. This one is something that I would use on any build that does either weapon or spell damage, so the best helmet out there if you're going with damage. In the cat tier, we're only going to pick arms and legs, so I'm going to invest points into these. Luckily, they aren't that expensive, only like 50 to 60 points per rank, and there's plenty of Helios research data to be picked if you just use your scanner, so we're going to go with that. When it comes to the chest, we're going to use the Maverick Skirmisher chest, so we're going to completely skip the cat one. The augmentations that we're going to use from here is going to be the Seeking Plasma system. I'm not going to use the bioconverters at all at this level because I simply cannot afford the damage that it deals to my HP. Early on, you're going to need all the survivability you can get. Moving on in the Remnant technology, I'm only going to get the shield oscillator from here. That one is the only one that I need. One other augmentation that you can definitely pick early on if you have the points is the vintage heatsink. This one kind of behaves like the bioconverter, as in you won't need to reload anymore, but this one has a delay on it. So if you have the points, you can definitely invest in it early on. It's definitely a good alternative and it won't put that much stress on your HP. So let's go ahead and craft everything that we need, starting off with the shotgun. I'm going to use only 2 types of augmentations this early on. First of all, as I've said, Seeking Plasma System. This one has a very good synergy with the Piranha, and other than that, I'm going to go with kinetic coils. These ones are buyable from the vendors on the Nexus. Going over the armor, as I've said, we're going to use the Helios armor, and here I'm going to go with the duration boost module. You can definitely pick something else if you don't have this one early on. It's not really such a big deal to miss augmentations this early on because you're definitely going to improve your weapons and your armor as you progress. On the chest, as I've said, we're going with the Maverick Skirmisher one. This is hands down the best armor if you want to go for weapon damage, and I'm going to use a shield oscillator for it, and everything else is going to be kinetic coils for the good damage resistance bonus that it gives me. It's just the survivability that it gives me. It's too good to pass. In the legs and arms, it's pretty much the same situation. As I've said, if you don't have these augmentations over here, just pick something that you find fitting for your situation. So if you want more survivability, you can definitely pick survivability type of augmentations. If not, just pick whatever you have. Okay, and now that we are done with the loadout and everything that we'll need, I'm also going to go over the profile. The profile, we're going to use the soldier one. It's just the one that I prefer early on. It gives me some good damage, weapon accuracy, damage resistance, and clip size. So everything that I need baked right into it. Don't even worry about fusion mods this early on. You're not going to find any good ones or any noteworthy ones until later on in the game. One quick tip here that I have for everyone who's starting up is to invest in lab technician as fast as possible. This one gives you some Milky Way points every 45 minutes or so, and that is definitely something that you will need. These are one of the pods that I always invest as fast as possible, so especially for Milky Way points, which are the hardest to get. So now that we're done with the build, let's go ahead and test it out. Okay, so now that we're here, we can go ahead and test the build out, and before going into it, I'm going to show you that this is indeed insanity. I am also currently level 18, so there's no doubt about it. And there's the big cat base, which serves as a perfect testing spot. There's a lot of tough enemies over there, so let's go ahead and see what we can do. And normally we activate Tactical Cloak followed by Turbocharge. I'm going to take the big one over there real quick. Luckily, he dies really easy with the way my bullets seek the targets. PB, I have no idea what she's doing, but you look at the turret over there. The turret is doing a massive amount of damage, and I can just take it so easily. If you play this part with anything else, you would know that that turret is really hard to kill. Even if you're like high level, it's just doing so much insane damage. You're going to eventually die if you're not careful. Oh, we can kill him really fast here. There you go. So if you know anything about that type of enemy, you will know that it dies so slowly. The amount of shields it has is absolutely crazy. Oh, and there's a poor bastard over there. And my bullets just kill him. So easy actually, and they didn't even tap into my HP. So that is basically the build on Insanity. You're definitely going to need to use cover at your advantage. Any build out there that you're going to use early on is going to need that. So this was the Insanity build that I've been using early on. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to go ahead and leave a like and subscribe to my channel. If not, then just go ahead and dislike the video and everything. I'm not sure, dude. Peace out.